which is how this breakthrough, this change affected your relationship with technology, right? But if you want to explore a little bit more on that, like, did you change your habits in terms of how much time you stay in front of a screen, or even not only for you, for your kids, for your family overall?
I laugh because I have a love-hate relationship with technology. So you and I would not be having this conversation without it. That said, we definitely have a lot of boundaries. I do for myself. I don't charge my phone on my nightstand. It's in either another room or on the windowsill away from my bed. And I try and not do any sort of device time 2 hours before bed. And that's hard because I have a very full packed schedule. And so I go to bed relatively early. They say 10 p.m. is the optimal bedtime. So that puts you technology-less at about 8 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So those are some of the things that we practice. And my kids are still younger, so I can restrict them. They're only allowed devices on the weekends.
Uh-huh.
Morning.
Only on the weekends?
Only on the weekends, 1 hour in the morning.
Uh-huh.
And the rest of the time, we're outside playing or reading books or having conversation, which without that, no relationship can have the meaning that it could with the conversation and the questions. And the things kids ask, wow. You know, we talk about enemies of learning. I'm older. I know. Do you know my story about missing my flight, flying back from Portugal with my family?
Mm-hmm. No.
So my then 7-year-old kept telling me, Mom, we need to get to the gate. We were at the airport hours before flying back from Portugal to Dallas. And he kept saying, we have to get to the gate. And I said, honey, I fly American Airlines all the time. I know we need to get there 15 minutes prior. And he just kept saying, no, Mom, no, Mom. And then the time got closer to our flight, and I was like, I should probably check, when he was adamant. And I checked our boarding pass, and it was highlighted with a yellow highlighter right across the front. Arrive to gate 30 minutes prior to departure. We ran probably the fastest that we ever have, and we got there 25 minutes prior. And they shut the gate, and I said, we're trying to board our flight. And she said, no, you're not. You're 5 minutes late. But my bags are on the plane. We're taking them off. It's going to take me just as much time to get on the plane. Please, no. Let's just say a lot of angst later.
Yes.
We got nowhere, and we missed our flight.
Uh-huh.
And we ended up staying a few days and made a great trip out of it. It was a volunteer opportunity for me. So I hadn't actually explored Portugal, which I got to do. So, in the end, it worked out. But I didn't give him permission to teach me because I knew, right? The knowing, I knew. I fly them all the time. Well, no, I didn't know. I didn't give him permission to teach me. So the things that kids can teach us, the questions they ask us, which make us reflect on life, that we don't because we're so quick to be going on to the next thing, it forces you to actually be. We're human beings, and stop you from the doing. So it's amazing what that mindfulness can do and that lack of technology can provide.
Exactly. Thanks for sharing. That's such a fantastic example. Fantastic, and so related to the multitasking, because one of the things I pay the most attention, and I do that myself. I mean, come on, guys, for those who are watching, of course, we are doing this video is also because we are beginners in this topic, okay? No one here is a Jedi master. We are not trying to teach you anything, but
Right.
sharing our journeys, right? But this thing, when sometimes I'm doing something, let's say on my phone or answering a text message, and then my daughter is next to me saying, Daddy, da, 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 da. He wants to tell me something, and I am, okay, yeah. Right. You're right. I mean, I'm not there. I don't even know what she's trying to tell me. So yeah, we had a very interesting experience now at the end of the year. I was telling you before the recording, we went to Brazil for a few days, and we went to the countryside where part of our family is. So it's really farm and no TV and no technology, even because there's no internet signal, which is a blessing and all of that. And I noticed, I was talking to my wife about that. I noticed my daughter, she became a different person over those days, She's five
Really?
and a half now. She was totally different and much more calm, relaxed, much more into the now. Versus here, where we are living in the US, in New Jersey, was very cold, and a struggle for us is how do we deal with the winter, right? With this whole technology and addiction to screen time, because in the winter really you say, okay, are you going to go outside, it's like 0 Fahrenheit or something, or no, let's watch a movie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still we are still working from a place of beginners on that, trying to do pretty much what, as you said, also to reduce the screen time. I'm not a fan of that approach. I respect people that have the approach of, forget that we don't have a TV, we don't have this, with that. No, we have,
Yeah.
but we are in this mindset of let's try to give some time, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Tell me a little bit more about the work you are doing with your own company, which involves a lot of coaching, but also mindfulness.
Sure. So I'm the founder and CEO of Intrinsic Discovery, which is a leadership coaching and consulting firm. And we work with individuals and organizations and partner with them to maximize their inner potential by prioritizing less and focusing more. And we do that through mindfulness, among other tools.
Wonderful. Which is a lot to do with pretty much everything to do with the conversation we're having here.
It is.
Less is more.
Yeah.
And that reminds me, you said something in the beginning. I wanted to get your perspective. Does your work involve also, I will not say training, but really probably co-creation, right? On how we walk, how we speak, how we talk. Because based on my observations, all of this, the body, all this body language, people are just addicted to the rush, to the, people don't walk anymore. It looks like they are almost run, right? Do you see this in your clients? Is it something you also work with them?
Absolutely. Because as I was saying earlier when we were speaking, the speed in which we speak says something. We're constantly running. The way in which we sit or stand. So more often than not, we're like this in meetings,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to being aware of the body and sitting back and reminding ourselves to slow down even our thoughts. Because how many times does somebody have an idea, but you're so busy thinking of your own or listening for agreement? Is he saying, is she saying what I'm thinking? And we're not truly focusing and letting them teach us and seeing if there's a better way, another way. So we focus on slowing down and paying attention to where it is that we're putting our energy.
Mm-hmm.
Are you focusing more on things that give you energy or that drain you of energy?
Mm-hmm.
And are you saying yes to everything? And if you are, what's the narrative inside? That you're responsible and you're dependable and that you're a hard worker. So all of our actions then are congruent to that thinking. So then we challenge that thinking to say, does being a hard worker mean you say yes to everything?
Mm-hmm.
And in that, true change can come about.
Yes, fantastic, Aneeta. I'm also almost hiring you as my coach.
I have room for maybe one more client. We'll talk.
We'll talk to this type of situation. Hey, we have a presentation. Please, can you put together a presentation? But you only have like 10 minutes. Huh?
It was due yesterday.
Yes, exactly. You only have 10 minutes to present, and but at the same time, you got to talk about this, and that. So, what do? I mean, you start speaking very fast.
Yeah.
And even it's interesting to notice one of my advice to people watching here is also be an observer of others, right? Without judging, but be an observer. So just observe like how other people are walking. Are they running? Are they walking in a way that translates some kind of more freedom and peace, or they are always walking in a way that translates, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching some of other days presentations from folks. at my company, outside of my company, even when you watch like people that present stuff on TV, let's say they're making a town hall presentation on TV and all of that. Mm-hmm. It's very common, right, to see they are speaking so fast, right? And at least for me, it might be because English is also not my native language, but come on, it's difficult to stay tuned to what they are saying, right?
Yeah.
You kind of lose the attention.
Yeah.
Do you see the same?
I do. And you know what's funny? It reminds me of a meme that I saw the other day, and it made me laugh because it said there was this person at a coffee shop with no cell phone, no book, no conversation, just coffee. What a psycho. And I laughed so hard because that right there is mindfulness. Yet we joke about it because, and it's sarcasm, right? It's really mockery rather. Because who does that? People who want to slow down and just be, because then what they do put their attention to, they'll put their full attention and energy to. And they might be slowing down, even in their speech. So yes, I do see it often. I saw it in me, and that's why this is so near and dear to my heart, because I saw how we're all running, and I was running, and I decided to slow down, and I'm a work in progress.
Exactly.
We all are.
Exactly, we all are. Mm-hmm. Aneeta, thank you so much for being here in this video with me. So one of the highlights to me is that less is more. Many times less is more.
Absolutely.
And, so I'm going to leave your contact information also here in the description of the video. But if you want to talk about your email or a website or where we find you.
You could reach me directly at Aneeta@intrinsicdiscovery.com, and I'll leave a link to my website as well.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Aneeta. Thanks to everyone watching us. And if you like the video, leave your comments. If you don't like the video, leave your comment as well. Leave your like, leave your dislike, share the video. And let's look into that. You know, who knows? Maybe we can start our journey, all of us together, right? Not only you and me, but all of us watching the video to live a better life in the now.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Thank you, Aneeta.
Thank you, Daniel.